All right, well, we're pleased to be joined by Devin Nunes. I had the pleasure and honor of serving with Devin Nunes in the United States Congress. He represents California. His family business is actually in agriculture, but we've been talking all morning, Devin, Congressman, Chairman previously, about what's going on in the state of California, because Governor Newsom has gone to these extremes, and you got counties now that are going to be defiant. But tell us what's happening from your perspective in California and what Governor Newsom is doing.
Well, thank you. It's great to be with you this morning. And it's kind of ironic. I've been on Fox and Friends, I think about 5-6 weeks ago, saying that the clear problem that we have is we have the older folks in nursing homes with underlying conditions that need to be our target. However, several weeks ago, this governor decided to declare war on open space. We have a lot of open space here in California, even though we have 40 million people. But we have places like Yosemite National Park, the Sequoia Kings Canyon National Park, that are just right up above where I live. Those have been closed. Even a lot of the little local parks look like a murder scene. There's tape around them, so nobody can go out. And you know what I've said: if we can do mosh pits at grocery stores, why can't we go out? And if it's not 6 feet, maybe you can be 16 feet apart in a park or on a beach. Maybe you can be 26 feet, maybe 106 feet. There's got to be some point at some level that people can get onto the beaches. The worst thing the governor did, however, is that he picked winners and losers. So he didn't want to get into a fight with the mayor of San Diego, who's a Republican, who's probably going to run against and challenge Governor Newsom in the next election. So he cowered down to the San Diego mayor. Other places and across the state he cowered down to. But for some reason in Orange County, it's like he had a political vendetta against him. And I have no idea why he started this, but it just infuriates people. People are becoming infuriated seeing some people treated differently than others. And in the meantime, back to what my original point was, we still have problems protecting our older population in nursing homes.
Yeah, Congressman, people just want reasonable guidelines and regulations that meet with common sense. And I think that's part of why you're seeing a couple of these, 3 of these counties in California looking to ultimately defy the governor's lockdown. At Suter, Yuba, I don't know if it's right, Modoc, you'll know the county better than I do. They're looking to say, hey, we're going to reopen. And sort of reject what the governor's doing. Is this what you might see in a trend if local leaders feel like it's too heavy-handed?
Well, we're already seeing that. So another thing that isn't being reported is every county has a elected county sheriff. Most of the county sheriffs have told the governor, sorry, we're not going to do this. If somebody goes through the murder scene tape, that yellow tape that's in a local park, I've had a lot of the local sheriffs around me say, look, we're not going to arrest people if you go walking around in a park. We're just not going to do it. And so we've already seen some small cities who have said, look, we're opening back up. And so that's really the challenge here is that it's just people are being treated differently than others. And in the meantime, this economy continues to crater. And that's the challenge. And probably most concerning, the hospitals. We have a lot of people who aren't being treated for underlying conditions because they're being reserved for COVID cases that never arrived.
Well, in a lot of hospitals, people aren't getting surgeries that they need because they're deemed elective. So, I mean, that's something to, consider, too, and to continue to talk about that. In the meantime, sir, let's talk about this. The president blasting the FBI over the Michael Flynn investigation. A lot of new information coming out about that this week. Where do you think this goes from here, and what should happen next?
Well, the president can't blast these dirty cops enough. There's so much going on here. Let me try to unpack it quickly. You have the Durham investigation that led to the investigation by the U.S. attorney out of Missouri that led to the explosions in the Michael Flynn case. Now, the House Republicans on the Intelligence Committee said for a long time that the FBI had testified to us, plus other witnesses, that Flynn wasn't lying. Now we know that Flynn was set up. That's just the tip of the iceberg here. We also have all of these emails, text messages that are just now coming out because of likely what the job of these U.S. attorneys has done. But we had a full-blown investigation going on these matters. And I want to know, why is it that current officials at the FBI have covered up and hid these from the American people for so long? They know that we asked for this. So how is it that people currently in the FBI, whoever is deciding to keep this stuff redacted or to keep it hidden down in the basement somewhere in the FBI, how are they not liable for lying to Congress? We've been asking for that. Jason, you understand this, and I guess the problem is they'd have to investigate themselves and they just don't want to do it. But somebody in the FBI keeps covering this up. And look, it's going to be a long time before anybody in America trusts the FBI.
Congressman, you've been on it from the beginning.
I think you're exactly. I think you're exactly right. Bill Barr, Mr. Durham, what they're doing is pivotal to getting the confidence of the American people back. I still don't understand why people who are involved and engaged in this and still working at the Department of Justice have their security clearances. You don't have a security clearance, you don't have a job. So take away their security clearance and you help solve the problem. I wish we could spend an hour talking to you about this, but Congressman, thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday morning. We do appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Great to be with you.